Hey guys, Adam here. So, the OnePlus 8 Pro and OnePlus 8 just got released. So, I'm going to be talking my thoughts and if you should buy it. Let's get started. Now, before I actually get started into the video, I want to tell you guys to make sure to subscribe to my channel because we're actually almost to 100 subscribers. So, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Okay, so I'm going to first talk about the OnePlus 8 Pro, because that one is actually pretty good. Actually, both of them are really good, but I'm going to talk about OnePlus 8 Pro. So, about 2 months ago, I said don't get the OnePlus 8 Pro. It was mostly because I didn't like the punch hole notch, but I have some different feelings now for the OnePlus 8 Pro than I did about 2 months ago, and essentially, I actually like it. And here is why. First of all, it has the Snapdragon 865 processor, which is basically, a normal thing, but it also has a 120 Hz refresh rate. Not only that, a 240 Hz touch response rate. They also did they put some sort of processor thing, I'm not exactly sure what it's called, it's Motion MMEC or something like that. They added, so in some situations, it looks much smoother than a typical 120 Hz display. Another thing that they added that was pretty cool is wireless charging. And not only just regular wireless charging that's, like 5 watts, they added 30-watt warp charge, but wireless. So that's really cool. So you can charge your phone wirelessly really, really fast. They also have the same 8 or 12 gigabytes of RAM, so that's kind of the same thing. However, it's LPDDR5 RAM instead of LPDDR4. So it's a little bit faster RAM, and so you'll get better performance and things like that. Another thing where they added that's really great is an amazing display. Now, the OnePlus 7 Pro did have a really good display, and mostly because of that pop-up camera and that 90 Hz display. But like I said, they have now a 120 Hz display, as well as 1300 nits of brightness, which is just insane. Compared to the OnePlus 7 Pro, which only got about 650 nits, this is just a huge upgrade and will be much, much better in, places with a lot of brightness. Now, another thing where they upgraded is the cameras, and this is probably one of the most significant upgrades. They added a 48 megapixel IMX674, I believe. I don't actually know the exact, I completely forgot, but it's IMX674 and sensor, and it's 48 megapixels. And not only that, if you remember the OnePlus 7 Pro's 48 megapixel main camera, they put that for the ultra wide camera, which is that's a great camera. And not only that, they also have a 3 times hybrid zoom camera that is 8 megapixels, and you can do up to 30 times digital zoom. And so that's pretty great. Now, I don't actually have the OnePlus 8 Pro in hand, but what many YouTubers have been saying is that it's a big upgrade, and it's basically as good as the iPhone 11 Pro or the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra. And they also upgraded the HDR, so the HDR is much better. And just some other things with the camera. They added a 4th camera, so it's a quad camera setup, 4 cameras. And the last one that I'm going to talk about, I completely forgot to talk about, is the 5 megapixel color filter camera, which I don't really get. You can basically take photos like you're in, like you can do different kinds of photos, like a black and white or like different kinds. I'm not really sure what the point of it is, and what people have been saying is that it's pretty low quality and they never really use it. So yeah. Now, should you buy the OnePlus 8 Pro over something like the OnePlus 7 Pro or the OnePlus 7T? What I'm going to say is that It depends. Okay, so the OnePlus 8 Pro goes for $900 in the US, and that's kind of a, it's not great. It's actually it's much more expensive than the OnePlus 7 Pro. If you don't remember, that was originally $669, and you can now find it for about $350 on eBay.com or Mercari. You can find it for about $400. Amazon, I believe it's about $450. So, yeah. So hopefully that price does go down over time, which it will. Probably down to, if you want to buy in like 6 months, it'll probably be down to about $600. Maybe $650, I don't know. And what I'm gonna say is that you probably shouldn't buy it now, but you should probably buy it in 6 months when the price is cheaper. Because then you get a full flagship phone for a much better price. Now let's talk about the OnePlus 8. The OnePlus 8, I actually don't really like. I don't really see the point of the OnePlus 8 besides the Snapdragon processor, and they didn't even upgrade the RAM really because it's still LPDDR4 RAM, and it's the same 8 to 12 gigabytes. Not only that, the same exact camera in the OnePlus 7 Pro, and they also still have the punch hole camera, just like the OnePlus 8 Pro, but it seems like basically a downgrade from the OnePlus 7 Pro besides the Snapdragon 865 processor, and it doesn't even have IP certification because OnePlus 8 Pro has IP68 water resistance, which I didn't really talk about. I don't really care about that, but some people might. It also doesn't have wireless charging, which kind of sucks. So it's basically a refreshed OnePlus 7T. So yeah, I mean, and it also goes for around $699. So you could compare this to an iPhone 11 essentially, which went for the same price. And comparing to that, I don't really know if you should. I'm kind of if you should buy the OnePlus 8 or the iPhone 11 because I don't have both of them in hand right now, so I don't really know which one to choose for if you wanted to buy the OnePlus 8. It's kind of in a weird situation. The last thing that I'm going to talk about is OnePlus's new wireless earphones, the Bullets Wireless Z, which actually seems like one of the best things besides the OnePlus 8 Pro. And it's actually extremely cheap. It's extremely cheap, but it's really good for the price, which is kind of like a flagship killer in the sense it's a earphone flagship killer, if that makes sense. Like AirPods Pro is flagship, so this would be kind of like a flagship killer of earphones, if that makes sense. So, and it's $49.95, which is a great deal. And not only that, from some reviews, I heard that they sound really great. And even though I don't think it has any noise cancellation, I think I'm gonna buy it at some point. I don't think I'm gonna buy it right now, but maybe in about a month or two, I might get it. And yeah, it's gonna be pretty good. I'm pretty excited. Anyway, guys, sorry for the kind of long video, and I am going to be uploading a review of the iPad 2. I'm not recording on my iPad 2. I said I was in the next, the previous video, but I decided I don't want to really do a low-quality video. No one really wants to do that. I mean, who wants to see a low-quality video of, me talking about maybe the OnePlus 8 Pro or maybe, a review of some tips and tricks of the OnePlus 7 Pro. I want to do that on a much better camera. So, I actually, the next video that I'm going to be doing is a unboxing of a $29 LG G6 that is in pretty good condition besides some cracks. Like, seriously? It's going to be pretty awesome, and it's going to be probably my secondary camera if I'm doing any videos of the OnePlus 7 Pro. Anyway, guys, sorry for the long video again. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.